skeptic of it. Gyros. But they should have no, I would take it should be on that. And I'm not gravity itself. This gravity little.
Okay, guys, so for the screen right now, if you can hear us and see us now, please press 1 and unmute Jason. I'll sort out the pedal glitch, Jason, because for some reason the audio is coming through choppy. No one can see and hear it properly. So hopefully I'm dealing with multiple gremlins this evening. My apologies for everybody. The Euro Tour. Stop telling me to mute what's going on. I can't hear anything you guys are saying. So my apologies to the audience. I'm not sure the guys can hear. You guys will be able to hear me and you'll be able to hear Jason and the guys on the campo. Thank you so much for bearing with me on that. Major tech difficulties there. If you can all hear and see us now, if you could just press 1 in the chat room, that way we can get a gauge on whether you guys can see and hear us. I will get on top of that technical glitch and we will this video popped out. Not really quite sure what that was either. Jason, can you hear me?
Oh no, I think she's frozen. Give a second. How do I come out of her? No, it's not. I don't think so. No, she's not. 1 second.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
But my mistake.
I don't know if the chat room can.
Are we there?
Okay. Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Well, I can. Hopefully
yeah.
the chat room can as well.
Hi guys. Yes. Sorry for that. I just pressed the wrong button trying to turn the volume up.
Right, so we'll start again.
Yeah, we're having troubles ourselves as well. I can hear the wind howling outside and that. I can hear that you've been breaking up as well. I'm not sure if that's our end or your end, but
it's been insane. It's been insane. But I want to thank everybody in the chat room for being patient and waiting for us to come live this evening. We were due live about 20 minutes ago. And to everyone that I can see in the chat room just now, lifting the lid, Robin, Michael Spice, Dr. LA, Voyage, Horizonte, Globusters, Effie Mary, Coffee Paul, Ruben, UK 2222, Effie Mex, the awesome Adam Meakin, D Carter, Doc Michael, Amanda, lovely to see you as well. Jude, scrolling further up, Tommy Rogers, lovely to see you as well. And Vertec in the chat room, Sven's up in the chat room as well. Sven Garley's in there. Why does it sound like the horses are racing? Sven Garley is coming up the first furlong as he goes over the hedge.
He's a neck ahead.
He's a neck ahead. Flat Out Faith is in the chat room as well. Lovely to see you as well. And I'll get back to the chat room shortly. Yeah, apologies to everybody. It was breaking up. The audio was jagged. No one could see or hear very much of that. It's like they don't want us to showcase it for some weird, unknown reason.
No. What we'll have to do is to James's amazing work, what he's put together, his montage of the Euro Tour. That's what we were going to play. But yeah, thank you very much, James, because I think I've watched it. I'm on 4 times now. I've watched it. I've felt so proud watching that and had a few giggles, like watching it as well. It's you've done an amazing job. Thank you so much, James.
Yeah, big time. Big shout out to James. He's done so much bits of content throughout this tour. I'd implore anybody to go and check out his channel if you haven't looked at it already, because there's awesome montages of the tour all the way through, isn't there?
Yeah. And we've actually got maybe 2 more to come from James. He's definitely got to do one for Leicester Square, and people oblige Jack and Lisa. They've got one extra treat for everybody for Glastonbury.
They've got the encore.
Oh, that's it. It's an encore, isn't it? It's,
yeah.
We're going to leave them Leicester Square wanting more, and you're going to provide more. There you go.
We love that. In the background here, I'm just trying to see if I can sort out playing that video. I'm going to try and come in. My computer's not working with my camera, but I don't need my camera to screen share. So my mic is currently plugged into this. So I've got no mic on that either. So I'm still going to try and come in on that, and then I can screen share it from that. So if I give you the main screen, I want to know, you showed us that you landed this morning, but we didn't do a proper update last night. So I'd like you, while I'm just in the background there, to kind of give us a rundown of how after the activism went yesterday.
Yeah, well, after the activism, we all went shopping. That was important.
Lovely.
We figured that we weren't going to have enough food to get through the night because it's really expensive. Now, Anders, he paid for the first lot of food for us to. He paid this amazing buffet. He did, and
thanks, Anders.
Thank you, Anders.
Thank you, man.
And we thought, we can't ask him again. You just can't, So we went off and we went to the supermarket and got ourselves a couple of sandwiches and that. And anyway, we figured that. Did we give him a call, or did he give us a call, or what? But I think we may have slipped him a little wink.
I think I accidentally on his speed dial name.
We said thank you to him again, but with a and I think he took the hint really gracefully, and he put enough money in there to buy us lunch again, and so we had another amazing.
But to be fair, it was based on his offer.
Oh, it was his
we
original
weren't chasing
offer.
him. He did actually say to us,
he did.
So that was and to be, who likes to take people up on those offers.
No, I
You know,
know.
we all feel uncomfortable about
yeah,
it.
we did feel a bit uncomfortable, but like
Yeah,
it
it's
was.
cool.
Oh, what an
Incredible.
amazing meal! And it was. Look, I think well, obviously you know, Roxanne. I've struggled having meals sometimes. Vegan diet, and that place that we went to was just phenomenal for food for me. Me and Jack, to begin with, on the first night, we were shamefully very greedy. Me and
Hungry. We were hungry.
We were greedy.
Well, I would say
we went-
5 plates is not hungry.
I
That's
didn't
just
eat
like-
so well, man. About 3 months.
3
I
months.
eat him for 3
Yeah,
months.
you had a lot to catch up, didn't you?
I was like, what?
Oh dear,
It was just amazing.
it was
Really,
the food was
really.
just it was
Like the guys, yeah, like the.
it was Moorish food, wasn't it? You
Yeah.
just wanted more.
Yeah, yeah. I just prayed like that I'm not full.
No, and we
That I can
both of us
eat a
got-
little more.
certainly got to a place where I was uncomfortable and I didn't want to eat anymore. You know, like, and of course we did it again, but this time I think we knew our limits the second time, didn't we?
We did it more carefully. Yeah.
Yes. So thank you again. Oh God, Anders, thank you so many
man.
times. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So that's what happened, you know, like getting on the boat. But we desperately wanted to do a live stream. We did it. Me and Sven managed to get a live stream the first night, but that was because we were kind of close to all the islands coming out of Stockholm. But on the next night, coming out of Helsinki, we were right in the channel. No, there was no
Nothing you
signal
could have
whatsoever.
Nothing.
GPRS was the best network I was on. So yeah, not much really to report other than, you know, like I think we were kind of interested in sleeping, really, weren't we? The second night,
Yeah.
you know, it was we were pretty tired, you know, like after that amazing day in Helsinki. Helsinki, magical, meeting all of them. And I'm not even going to begin to to say names. Even if I could remember, I wouldn't be able to pronounce.
Yeah,
their
it's
names.
difficult. Euro.
Allow
It
me
was
to
one,
list
it was
them. Allow me to mention the names that are here in my messenger.
And can you pronounce them?
No.
But you have a damn good try at it. Good lad.
Good try.
Yeah.
We'll have a damn good attempt. Right, here we go.
Do a fantastic.
So we've got to, I've got to remember who was actually one of us and who was just a friend on the boat. So we're going to have to differentiate as well because we met people out and about as well. I did.
Yeah. Is that what you do? You drop people's names down and stuff when you're out and about?
No, we'll just swap and stay in touch.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were doing like your CID thing that you used to do. You know, drop people's names. Sorry.
Oh, what are you
I
like?
said to
What are
you,
you like?
change your number plate again. Right, so we got. He's the guy I think who is under the pseudonym Waterball or something like that in the Discord. Anyway, he was there. Then we had Stig Skredars.
Very good. That was a mouthful.
Peace be to those who can say Skredars. Then we had who else did we have here? Oh my god. We had
Euro. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not just me.
It's a Huron.
and who was the guy who lived in? Oh yeah, we had Tuva Björnstad. No, we had no. Hang on a minute. Tuva was the guy who lived in Holland.
With the blue
striped shirt.
Oh, the one with the blue hat was this guy here. Look.
Can we not do this, please?
This guy here.
right. Are we live yet?
Are we? Are we live?
Is there anyone in the chat?
Really?
Are we live now? Seriously.
No, I don't think we are.
No,
Say
seriously.
Shout out to everyone in the chat room.
what, Sven, be truthful.
I'm going to give myself massive hold down. I'm just going to come out with a mouthful of nonsense. So we are live. Oh dear.
We are
Right,
live,
okay.
yeah.
I don't see anyone in the chat. Where is everyone?
You have to go on your phone for
I
that.
have to go on my phone.
Shout
we'll
out
get
to
to
Dave Murphy. Dave Murphy's just joined from St. Lucia. Shout out to Dave, not suffering with the cold weather there.
Hola, Dave.
I hope you're boiling.
It's a hard life, isn't it? It's a hard life.
It's hard.
Esh News, shout out to Esh News in Israel. Hi, darling. Lovely to see you in the chat room as well. We've also got Stacey in the chat room. We've got some lovely ladies in the chat room this evening. And we've got Cold Still Truth as well. He's in the chat room. And Doc Michael is in the chat room. Amanda Globe Deniers in the chat room. Ricardo, Robin, awesome Karen B is in. You know, Karen, I see you with that gun on Facebook again. I see you letting off shots on Facebook. She's a bad girl. Have you seen that video of Karen? She's a lean, mean globe killing machine. Have you seen her in the video? Am I just on my own with this one? Okay. Shout out Karen B.
No, I haven't seen it.
I have. And you
I have. That's a proper video. Like, that's proper. Do you know what I mean, Sven? Like, that's not like puny woony, like proper stuff. Shout out Karen B.
Yeah, okay, right. So what have I missed?
We'll have to show you. You can't explain that kind of stuff. How can we put that into words, Sven? You can't put that into words.
Right, okay.
No, you can't.
I will watch it right after this then.
Proper. It is proper. Effie Mex, international people up in the chat room. Shout out to you, my darling. Effie Mary is in the chat room as well. Tommy Rogers, as I said before, is in the chat room. I just don't want to miss anybody out. But there is 54 people watching. And
I'm not doing that once. I'll wave once.
Yeah. Do the Queen way.
No,
just keep it on a like
Emanuela as well.
No,
Emanuela in the chat room.
Oh, I do.
Do you guys want to see James's video now?
So yeah.
James' video.
10 minutes of James's video. Right. Hold there. Hold on.
Just gonna check here. If anyone can read these names, I'm crossing everyone else. I'm managing D, lifting the lid, Mary, blah blah. I give a shout out to just see it.
At this point, I just want to make a quick disclaimer, just a quick one, just while we're here, health and safety and all that. Those of you that have any medical ailments, any pacemakers, anything that's in at this point, those of you that aren't sitting down that have medical ailments, please sit down, take a deep breath, and brace yourself.
The Globe Live Euro Tour 2019.
Yeovil, Glastonbury, and Weymouth, and Exeter. Yeah. Well, I'll definitely do Kiel Birmingham, and then after that we'll see.
Yeah, been skeptic of it ever since gyros and helicopters.
Well, they should have proof for, let's say the existence of gravity. There should be proof on that. And what gravity? You know yourself, being a scientist, what gravity do people support? It's like, where is it? I want the proof. I'm an adult. Well, density and buoyancy, along with electromagnetism. So there you go. That was a scientist, because I've got an answer for it. Totally triggered and bollocks.
Go and have a look, see what the crazies are up to. But I say the guy had some great points.
So if it's flat, there's got to be an edge.
It doesn't have to be, because
But it can't be infinite.
Well, we accept that space is infinite.
We accept that.
So why can't land?
There should be some interest in this.
Of course, I love the chalk, but I love it when you do the chalk. And I can't wait until Howard George gets on board, because he's going to be chalking everywhere. But look at this great ground. It's fresh. It's just for you. Look at that.
I meant to pack it, but I got up at 5 this morning, got in, walked the dog at 12. Teamwork equals dream work.
Give me a cuddle, not a hug.
Oh, no snogs though.
Hi everyone.
She's more of a. She said, "Oh, I'm respectful to the environment and I save the world." That's her thing.
It's not going to do anything.
Well, no, and she said, "Well, I appreciate your opinion, but it's definitely a global."
waiting until we come off camera. We've just blown it through. Right, that's it. You sacked. P45, mate. Keys.
I've got to get in quick. She was there. She understands it straight away, Jay. She understands it straight away. She didn't. As soon as she looks at it, like will probably happen to me and you.
It hurt all of our heads when we first got our head around this. The first couple of weeks and months it's not easy when you first crack it.
Here's your coffee, sir. I'm so sorry, sir. Here's your coffee, sir. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
She sort of brings it out, but it's actually writing something else out. It flips over. It's like obey. Do not question.
Put that stuff in there. Yeah. I just leave, I've downloaded all the videos, all this stuff, all the information, put music behind it.
Yeah.
Have all the images and the videos and stuff. Right. Sometimes I'll just play the video.
You are on camera, just so you know.
Yeah, you're also being recorded, just to let you know.
Oh, that's thank you. That's okay.
You can't have the banners attached to the church.
Okay.
Listen to me, please.
Okay.
So therefore,
you can talk to me in that tone.
Okay.
You are a civil servant, aren't you?
Along the rise, they actually have a look because I live by the sea, so I've got plenty of things to point at. I've got wind farm, blah 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 blah.
Today's been great, hasn't it?
It's been a fantastic day.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Always has.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Can I stay still? 3, 2, 1.
The field equations, basically, the 4 dimensions in the X, Y, Z, and time. They're not in the same geometry. And Einstein's field equations are limited to light, the speed of light being the maximum, whereas Newtonian principles are instantaneous action at a distance, spooky action at a
The
distance.
mathematical equation is you alter it so it fits your then equation, which in that case it would be an independent
But if
variable.
you're going to say that maths is your independent variable in a scientific method, I'm going to call you a fake scientist.
No, because that's
Would you like to show my science degree to you?
Well, that's what I was saying.
No, it's not about your science degree. It's about whether you adhere to scientific method or not.
No,
if you don't
that's
adhere
what
to
I'm
it, you're not.
Flat Earth, and as you do. And then as I was working, someone mentioned it to us, and like a few people mentioned it. And as you do at first, you laugh it off. And that's what I done. When I have a look at this, as you do, and it blew us away. Like,
Yeah. So, Colin, how long have you been involved?
What, in the Flat Earth?
Yeah.
I think it's in my 5th year now, going into my 5th year.
Wow.
It was noticeable. Everyone was coming and laughing and sniggering, and nobody wanted to talk. And as it's gone on, it's so much more accepted now.
So I'll be a Karen B and say flat earther because it triggers everyone.
Right.
But globe deniers.
Yeah, me thick skin to say, I don't care whether you call me or what. I am a flat earther. But to have the conversation on the street, you can't get past the the start.
There's. Can't get past the start. Yeah.
That's the problem. So you have to start off with globe denier just to have a conversation.
You look that way, Mitzi.
I try and remove all the fluff that doesn't need to be there. So gravity.
How's that working for you? You've been doing it.
And it's back to the same thing as this. Break away from what you've been told, because if they tell you that, you may as well just build your coffin now and put yourself in a big hole because you're too old, you can't do it.
Why does the Earth look so curved at 120,000 feet?
Yes, there you go.
Simon Dan subscriber living in Belfast on his lunch break recognizes me because Simon Dan attacks me. So I was told that when I was driving here by somebody. It's like on good days you can see it off the line. No, you shouldn't be able to. And then it's like there's so much reasonable doubt in this. If you don't push it up like a hill, it's like, oh my God. And you say, well, we
You good at science, I've asked you to give me your first experience.
What is it? Do you turn
What
on
is
what it is?
the area you have
Give me the evidence on both. Anything you say? Where is your evidence? It's called science. You need it to be. That's evidence.
Guys that had been through hell.
Okay.
Hell.
Yes.
And back.
Right.
And he says he is skeptical. He has other theoretical opinions, and that's good that you can look into it. Now, again, where I would probably say is, what is his basis for having those theoretical?
The moon is a light, whereas we're taught that it's a reflection of the sunlight. So.
It sounds nonsense. Like last night, I don't know if you see the moon last night.
Yeah, it was beautiful last night.
Beautiful last night.
And he used to be into arguing for creationism as opposed to the evolution. So he has loads of really interesting books.
If I'm far enough,
Yes, turning from east-west.
Yeah, but because you're in the I understand now, because it's explained a bit better. Because you're in the atmosphere, it will travel with it. You have to account for that. That's why they shoot right slightly.
Yes, but if I'm firing north, let's say,
Yeah, but say you're true north.
You're insane. You're mad. Of course it isn't. 7 months after, he went, James, you're right about 9/11. So I said to him about flat Earth, and I'm waiting for that day.
Look at these guys. They're all coming out the woodwork here. Give us a cuddle. Jason, brother. What's happening?
Yeah, man, proper. Nice to see you, man.
Yeah, anyway, mate. Yeah, I've been watching you the past couple of days in Ireland, and
Am I representing okay?
Yeah, same, mate. Absolutely wonderful. Brilliant. Nice to have you over here.
It's given us our education.
Your consciousness, because we're consciousness driven. You know, these are just like personas of what our consciousness are. You know,
So I don't know if you come down this way, but
yeah, we come
that's-
down from Anglesey.
the whole of last tour.
Yeah.
She had that all the way through.
I only remember it because I was off teaching, I was a music teacher. I walked right past it. It stuck in my mind, but I never stopped. I didn't have time to actually stop and. The length and change the mass, and then you analyse the result.
He was quite interested in this idea of the idea that we're special in the creation.
That would cause a lot of questions for other things as well. So then why did they keep it hidden for so long?
I mean, what one tried to go against the second law of thermodynamics.
Yeah.
You can't have an air pressure next to a vacuum.
Read too much into them.
I
I'm
mean,
saying
carry on,
the
let's-
best thing to do, just follow the tour.
I mean, the cardiologist
You will
one-
learn a hell of a lot.
I was going to introduce you to everybody. Yeah? Can you say your name to everybody? Just Jack. Just no.
Just tell everyone that's watching who you are. What's your name and where'd you come from? There might be.
What if we're different? What if we're the ground, the basement of the universe, and the stars are meant for us?
And from what I can tell, there's 11 countries represented on activism here. So I think that's quite incredible.
Yeah, I know there is a lot of people that speak Spanish too, so they can.
What do you think of this?
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, and everyone seems really positive as well. Yeah.
So what do you think?
Stay right back, go for a picture.
Good, I know.
Wicked, man.
Good. And see something so elementary like that.
Reaches to unscrew something, and while he's unscrewing it, he drops the screw, clattering down, and he's like, "Oh!"
I was chatting to this bloke. He came over and said that he's researched it and he's got a few questions for us, and he seems confident enough to want to do this in front of camera.
No, I just saw it coming by. That's
brilliant.
You know,
It's interesting that we are moving towards, if it's heavy all the way to the air, which is it's like relative density.
Fake and so unreal that you'll look at this and you'll think, how did I ever believe?
They're full of these trolls.
Yeah.
These people with strange names, but no real.
After Brahe passed away, died. However, Robert Simmons, he's a legend nowadays. Robert
Yeah.
Simmons, he is. He's like, you know, he didn't set out to be famous, did he? But amongst flat earthers, Robert Simmons is like, but it has to be. It's incredible. Spot the ball. Spot the ball. Remember, spot the ball on the pole. Spot the ball, and you mark the spot of where you think the ball is. What it used to. That's what the crepuscular rays is, where the sun is, when it's breaking through the clouds. Exactly the same game. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. If we could have that, we could get them to spot the sun. Spot the sun. It's such a great. That's a great. Up your troubles in your old kit. You gotta sort it out, man. You know what I mean? Yeehaw! Look. Yeehaw!
So hello, flat earther. I'm from Estonia. Excellent.
The only one here.
Well, no, right, because you're trying to enforce something on me that I can't see. We're going to wrap it up. Yeah. It's okay. This is it. This is just how ridiculous this gets. This is going to be great. Control 7 billion people, showing people that we don't live where we've been told we live. Yeah? The Earth isn't a spinning ball in space. I'm going to make an executive decision as the supervisor of this. I think we're going to shut down.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Hello, people. For 1 hour, and it was totally globalist speech.
On the early side, it's weird because it's just
There's
light.
no way it's
But you know,
There's no
you're
way.
telling me
Hold a pound weight and you let go of them both. Yeah.
That's all, folks.
it's flat.
128,000 feet. Yes.
Okay,
It is.
I think it's meaningless to
Neil
talk to you.
deGrasse Tyson says you cannot see curvature from 128,000 feet, 24 miles up. That's what Neil deGrasse Tyson says, not me.
Which scientific?
Mackenzie. I'm going to say it till David.
Please do.
Yeah.
He's in the chat now.
Dave's in the chat.
Hi, Dave. Hi, Dave.
So I don't have to tell you, you can see.
What's up, my truth seekers? I called you,
Hi.
man. Thank you.
I'm Peter.
Thank you.
I came
Peter.
from Czech Republic. Okay.
Yeah, because I couldn't come to Prague. I will help you, and I want
course.
to encourage you because
Every layer.
every day, guys, you might be tired, but it's great work.
It's a measurement. It should.
Okay. Hopefully, I will help to unmute the crew.
That is awesome.
We should be able to hear you now. So that was the first 12 minutes or so of James's video. I was just fully gassed watching that. I can't speak for you guys, but there were so many people, so many names, so many interactions, so many things that I didn't forget. But the catalogue is utterly outstanding. I'm flabbergasted. How was that for you guys watching that?
You were literally just saying, are you sure that was this year?
Yeah.
Because it just doesn't seem like this year. It must have been 2018. It has to have been.
No. It's all within the last few months. It's all since the 29th of August. We're now at the 6th of December.
Yeah, we are. I'd like to say it's gone so quick, but it hasn't really.
Yes, there is. Shout out to you. He says, is there a list anywhere with every city? Yep. If you check out www.globali.co.uk, there's the full itinerary there of everywhere that the tour's gone in Europe. So yeah, go check out that website. Yes, Jace, am I right about that?
Yeah. I think there's probably a couple of days missing on but it's from the original, but that doesn't mean to say that we're not going to be going there at some point. Like we've already been talking about that, Roxana. Where like one day we'll get round.
Yeah. Go on.
I was just saying for this tour, like job done. Well, when we get to Leicester Square, that's it. That's done.
Job's a good one. And it's on the screen now. We want as many of you as possible to join us in Leicester Square, London, on the 8th of December at 1 p.m. GMT for the Globali Tour finish line.
It'll be worth your while, people. Make sure you're there. Seriously. There's a lot of good people have been involved in all this. A lot of good. I've only been here a handful of days, but compared to all the others and the people who've worked it all out and made sure that it happened, like Jason and Roxanne and all these people, it's there's an opportunity here to not only connect with people, but also show your gratitude and respect towards those who've made this possible. So that's important. I'm not on about me, by the way. I'm not fishing for compliments here. I'm talking about the people who. The unsung heroes, really, the ones who put in the act, the effort when the camera's switched off, right? When life continues, you know what I mean? And that's really, really important to emphasize. It really is. Be there, Leicester Square. Mark Sargent, if you're listening, thank you for popping out that little promo earlier and responding to our emails quickly. Mm-hmm. That was nice of you. Yeah, even though I know you've switched now, it's not CIA anymore. You see, he's gone to FBI, isn't he?
FBI.
He's FBI now. Yeah, he's tightening down, isn't he?
What do you think he's what's it coming?
Are you talking about that guy? Are you talking about that bloke?
The one, yeah, that fella.
I would have said NSA.
NSA. Well, you might be right on that one.
No such agency.
No such agency. No such.
ATF now. Yeah, he watches the old fags. Oh, can I say fags?
No, Amanda said no.
Amanda said no. Amanda's sorry. I'm not allowed to say fags. Cigarettes. Yeah. Okay. No, it's really important, you know, and please be there if you can be, even if it's just for an hour. Say hi to us. I'd love to just hug people and say hi and get all emotional because it's been hard, you know, but it's been great. It's been fulfilling.
Yeah.
Really has. It really has. You know, we have our ups and downs. I whinge all the time. I'm half German. I always whinge. I'm always moaning. But one thing, no one can take this away from me, what I've done here. It's an amazing feeling. Right?
Awesome.
Yes.
Well said. No, well said, Sven. Perfectly put. Dave Murphy said all the way from St. Lucia, I almost wish I was there on Sunday. Almost being the opposite word.
Yeah. He's too busy building sandcastles.
Yeah.
He said he's so proud to have been a part of this. What a monumental effort. I want to give a shout out to everybody in the chat room as well while we're here, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, Cami. It's lovely to see you in the chat room. Like I said, there's a lot of lovely ladies watching tonight. The one thing I will say is since I started making content to now in the chat room, there's definitely much more of a female representation in the chat room. Shout out to Jennifer Winterburn as well. There's a lot more ladies in the chat room than I remember a year or so ago. Lisa, I don't know about you, Sven, Jason. I'm seeing a lot more female interaction in the chat room on a regular basis. And I'm hoping the same on Discord as well.
Yeah, and the strong women are making it possible. People like Amanda, Globe Denier, and of course Karen B. But there's others, Stacey. There's I can't remember them all off the top of my head, but there's quite a number now gathering, and word's getting around it. It's a safe place, and that what we're doing here is a good thing.
Yes.
Right?
And if you haven't done so already, check out the Globe Lie Lounge because the Discord link's in the chat room. There's loads. Try D shared it. Amanda shared it. And if you haven't done so already, just click the link. Take 2 seconds. Just click the link so you've got it.
There's lots of good stuff there, and all YouTube content is backed up. So even if YouTube disappears from Earth tomorrow night, it's all saved.
Exactly. Thank you so much to Flatball. I think that's Flatball. Yep. Thank you guys for the hard work. He's just popped £10 into the super chat. So thank you for that, my darling. I'm just going to pop that up on the screen just now.
Guys, thank you so much. Who was that? That was Flatball. Thank you, Flatball. Thank you so much. I'd like you all, if anyone else is going to do a super chat, although thank you very, very much. Can we throw everything at PayPal, please?
PayPal's the key one. And can you explain why, please, Jason?
Yes. GoFundMe, it takes anywhere from a week to 2 weeks to receive that money. So the tour will be all done and dusted by then. That's all it is. You know, like we could still, you know, donations fine. You know, it'd be fantastic. Do it that way, but the tour won't receive that money in time. And then when we get to the super chats, me and Roxanne are having an awful time to try and get these super chats. We will get them, and you know, like I've kind of been, I've been borrowing money, you know, from my own kind of savings against it, and doing a bit of swapping about with my own money to try and put into the tour to make sure that your super chats are used as quickly as possible. But really, it's the PayPal. It's the PayPal that is. It seems to work flawlessly. It's instant. You know, like you guys like donate on PayPal. We've got it within seconds.
Yep. So I can't stress that enough to all the mods. Please cease sharing any GoFundMe links if possible, please, and only share the PayPal link. And Jason will give us the all clear as soon as there's enough funds to get them all the way back to where the camper van needs to be parked up. We're not just trying to get the camper van back to London. It's got to get all the way back to its little home after Glastonbury, which is the encore on the 10th of December with Lisa and Jack and however many of you possible can get there. So yeah, Jason, I take it you will give us the all clear once you get the green light and there's enough funds to get it all the way back. You'll tell us.
Yes. I just want to give you a quick rundown as well. What basically where your donations will be going to right now. We literally just done this bridge again. We've done it. We've already done it once and paid €106, and we've just done it again for the return trip for another €106. They are well, they're highwaymen, aren't they? You know, at these bridges, they're holding people to ransom and charging them 106 euros, which is like an incredible amount
for a bridge.
For a bridge. Oh, it's just
Just a bridge.
I've been told. We've got another bridge to go over. I've just been on the internet. It won't tell you the price, but the reviews say it's expensive, which is a little bit annoying because I would have liked to have known what the price was. Doesn't say on their website.
Doesn't say anything, does it?
You know, like so I'm not sure how much this next bridge is. But the bridge that we just crossed, it was what did you say, 9.5 miles long?
Yeah, it was 9.5 miles, and we saw. For anybody there who's a little bit skeptical, the bottom of the roads where the cars were driving along, 9.5 miles away, clear as day.
Yeah.
It was windy. He ended up in the water a few times.
Yeah.
That's the feeling I had.
I don't know if you can feel it now.
It was amazing. The whole thing was shuddering like this.
The van is moving around at the moment. But look, so not only have we got diesel to find, which is fairly expensive to get us home. Them tolls are stupid money. We've also got the ferry to pay for, and then once all that's done and dusted, and we've managed to get enough diesel to get us into Leicester Square. I'm sorry for to drone an arm. I just want you all to be clear on exactly what these donations.
All good. Carry on.
When we finally get to Leicester Square, we've got to fly Jack back to Amsterdam to go and get his car, and then so he's got enough petrol to get home. That's all we want to make sure that happens.
Awesome.
He doesn't want to do a Flintstone and push his car all the way. We need to make sure we look after him. He's done an amazing trip for us.
Yes.
He's a moment's notice. I'm when I say a moment's notice, me and you, Roxanne, we put him on the spot and we said, well, it was his own fault, to be fair. He said, I'm here to help. That was his words.
Famous last words from Jack, and everyone in his normal life never saw him again.
Yes. Yeah. No, that was
Lisa secretly kidnapped you. Voluntarily kidnapped you. Love it.
We have to definitely get him home. He's got to,
hashtag get Jack back.
Get Jack back. We're still not done yet. There's still a fair bit to raise, and just to wrap it all up and finish it properly. Yeah. And we were lucky. We should have had a parking ticket today, and we didn't. So we saved ourselves a little, a fair bit of money today.
So anyone listening that's connected to any benefactors that are able to wedge in some hefty donations in there to just get the tour home. Anyone that can afford to donate, please, we implore you to donate. And I promise you, Jason will give us the green light as soon as we are good to get everything that was just said there done. And that much we can promise you. Jason's not going to make us carry on donating when we don't need to donate. So if Jason hasn't said stop donating, then we need to carry it on. So please, everybody in the chat room that's connected to channels that are connected to more channels that are connected to people that can donate, please, I implore you to get the word out that we definitely need help to get home. And thank you so much for your input there, Gary. Yes, the van does need help. So if there's any benefactors that would like to assist Jason in funds for getting repairs done to the camper van, please email Jason at jason@disbury.com. That is jason@disbury.com. We need all the help we can get. Jason's got big plans, and that's another hangout for another time on another day.
Although I'd love your help for helping with the van and that, honestly, I'll be okay with it eventually. I just need to get Christmas out of the way, and I will sort the fan out myself. Thank you very much for any kind offers. I'll accept anyone who's locally and wants to come and give me a hand to at least watch.
That's the kind of things I mean. That's whatever way people want to offer their help, Jace. The best thing they can do is email you, because there's no set avenue for, as you just said, Jace. You're not asking for donations to fix the van. But if anyone wants to help, please just email you, and you'll take it from there with them. Yeah, is that good?
That's really good. Thank you.
Mark said, I already had to give up heroin for a month. I'm not sure I can survive too. You nutter, Mark. You're a nutter. Oh,
But different.
crikey.
Well, I asked. I did actually ask Mark for where's mine in your checks, Roxanne. He owes us a check each.
Apparently, everyone's on the payroll, so I'm still waiting. So it's good stuff. It's good stuff.
He's let me down.
I got my wage early.
Oh, you
Did
did?
you?
I did, yeah.
Okay. Okay. I see what's going on here. It's freaking favoritism going on. He said it was an itchy November. Man said it was an itchy November. Crack to basics. I mean, flat. You're making me laugh. The chat room's making me lose my composure. You lot should get a load of this chat room. Robin said something earlier on. He was like, best chat room ever. Some of the interactions that are going on in there, guys. Sorry, it's somewhat distracting. It's right in front of me, and it's just ongoing. Good stuff. Look, this is the chat room, guys. Chat room's on fire. There's loads of people interacting in there. It's awesome. Yeah. It's freaking
Say hi
awesome.
to everybody. On there. Well, I could check.
Sven Garley says hi, everybody. And I'm showing the gang, all of you in the chat room. Mark said the agency actually only supports US tours. I'm not sure what Interpol does.
Very good.
Never mind all that. I want you to answer one very simple question. How do you all know each other?
He knows. Come on, Mark.
I'm sorry, I had to do it. Go for it, guys. I'm going to yield the floor, and then after you guys have your say, I'd like to play another 10-minute excerpt from James's video.
Okay. May I say something before you do that?
You can indeed, Sven Garley. Go for it.
Yeah. Okay. I just want to take this opportunity to show my gratitude and thank everybody for giving me the opportunity to partake. It's been an amazing journey. It's been a test. It's been a way of finding out a lot about myself. And it's also shown me the opportunities and the quite obvious potential that we have to move forward. And if everybody is on the same page on this, then we'll be fine. We will be fine. There's no doubt about it. We've had so many good conversations with so many good people that all I feel really around the whole topic is positivity. It's not, oh my God, we've got no chance. It's nothing like that at all. It's more, there's so much hope and so much potential there.
It's not ups and downs,
it's just ups, I mean, the downs for me are just little basic things like lack of sleep or, the usual little bits and bobs that happen. But generally speaking, it's a we are so lucky. People have to understand we are so lucky that we're in this situation, this headspace and spiritually as well, where we're like, wow, we got an opportunity. As I said to you, Roxanne, when you were on Paul's show a few weeks ago, when I called in, we have a responsibility here. We really do have a responsibility, and it's down to us. We've got the chance to do this, and it's an opportunity to really hammer it home, and we're doing that. And everybody else is doing that just by being part of all this. That includes you, Roxanne. That includes everyone in the chat, Jason, Lisa, Jack, and everybody who's been involved, and all the people who have interacted with us. It's an amazing, amazing journey. It really is. That's no bullshit. That's fact. I swear on my daughter's life, I would not turn this offer down again. If I was given the offer to do this again, I'd do it again. I really would.
You did.
I did. But I do it again. I did do it. Oh yeah, I did do it again. I did do it again. But I do it again, if that makes sense. It's like it's just bloody crazy, but it's good crazy. We're onto something big. We really are, and it's fantastic.
The truth
will always prevail. Always.
Yeah.
In one way.
Well said.
I've just noticed that there's been a couple of donations that have just come through on my phone, except for I can't see at the moment because my phone's over there and we're streaming through it, so I can't check them donations, I'm afraid, at the moment. But thank you so very much. I'm sure I'm I'm sure it's a fantastic donation, whether it be for a coffee or it'll be take us home all the way, whatever that was. Thank you so much.
Every penny counts.
Or we might even put the coffee in the petrol tank and combine the two.
Every penny counts. Also, as well, look, there's only kind of like one or two more activist days, and there'll be one or two dates, and then where do you all go? So we've done all of these updates and all that, and you've got nowhere to go. But please put your hand down. I'm about to say this. I'm telling you where you'll be going. We've still got this Discord channel, that has been set up by Amanda, Sven, and Karen. I think you've got a few more team members.
There's a few in there. There's Bob is in there, and Paul on the plane is in there, and there's a few.
So guys, if you need somewhere to go until the next tour happens or the next activism day happens, or join that Discord. It's really important so that we can signpost you for some activism that's happening in the States or somewhere. There's meant to be a tour that has been talked about, I believe, in Australia. I heard that today. So that's one to look out for. But for us all we've become nearly family. We are family now. We've become family. In order for you to all keep in touch, get yourself in that Discord and look out.
It's a good tool. It's a good tool.
It's a great tool.
It's a good tool, and it's it's what. Remember, Roxanne, when you and Jason and myself and a few of us were talking about it, and we were saying, where do people go after the show or after the tour? Where do we go to tour?
Yeah.
Yes.
And there's one theme that I've noticed, especially when we met Anders and we met Douglas Falk, by his book, by the way, and all these guys. And the common denominator was everybody, all of them said, well, actually at home, I don't have any friends. I have no one to talk to about this.
Mm-hmm.
So the people that everyone has to talk to, who are they? They're the ones that they're meeting right now. In their circle of friends,
you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And the one thing I really do want to shine a light on is that some people are under the misconception that to surround themselves with family only and their personal friends only is to not isolate oneself. And I really think in this kind of climate of coming across all of these subjects and diving into the rabbit hole, I really feel that to just keep yourself within your close-knit friends and family is to actually isolate yourself, because I think that those are the people that are most judge-worthy. Those are the people that I have the most issues with talking to about these subjects. I've got more ease talking to strangers on the street and people I've met online than people I've grown up with and people I've been, personally, socially connected to. So I definitely employ, if you're watching this stream and you haven't kind of gone out of your comfort zone and you haven't had interactions with anyone other than your friends and family, I would strongly recommend something like Discord and this type of environment. It's toll free. There's only a few places on YouTube that I would say are troll free. I can't even list them on one hand, to be honest with you. It's a safe environment where you can have a socially acceptable communication on questioning what you've been taught is fact about who you are, where you are, and why you've been put here. It's perfectly normal to want to question what we've been taught is fact, except socially we've been conditioned to ridicule it, to weaponize it, and to not accept it and publicly shun people for doing it. I just wanted to shine a light on what you're saying there, Sven. Massive respect for that, because it's a big ask for some people. There were some people that came to the Really Woke meetup with Dolly and myself, women that were really, really out of their comfort zone, meeting up with strangers for the first time, just to have a bit of sanity in a world gone mad,
Right. That's the point. A bit of sanity in a world. Yeah. Because like we are surrounded by a lot of people who unfortunately haven't seen the light yet. And that is a fact. That's where we're at. So bearing that in mind means we have to consolidate and grow from within outwards. And the best way to do it is to do what we're doing right now. And try and get other things going as well, and stay connected. It's so important. Stay connected. Okay. Don't just swap numbers. Do something with that connection. Do something with it. Get proactive.
Love that. Perfectly put. If anyone else doesn't want to say anything, I'm going to pop on James's video. Is that good?
Who was that?
It's some guy having a piss against the
Should
show.
someone just peed against our man. Right there.
Right there.
Right there. Oi, get away.
Oh, Ingrid.
You couldn't write this.
Dedrick.
There's a guy
What's he
there.
doing?
He stood
He's
there.
pushing his car as well.
He's pissing in the 120 kilometers
Sorry, guys.
hour wind.
What are you doing, mate? We're going to have to go out and have a chat or something.
What the fuck?
Oh my God almighty. It's the Coriolis, it's the spin actually, he just moved a little.
Honestly,
What's he
how
doing
could
there?
you do that?
Hello, we are here.
He's in his car now. Look, hold on, this is the guy here.
Hello, hola.
On that note, I'm going to play James's video. Bear with me.
Huh?
Oh
Empty
my
balls.
God. Why haven't we got a camera fix? We should have had that filmed, shouldn't we, really? You couldn't have written this stuff. In the car. Oh, she's probably the right time to do the old...
1, 2 kilometers. Dave is holding the camera.
Prosti sebe, poznate. So bring it on.
So I think he's saying that he's apologising for farting so much in the camper van and making himself.
Where are you from?
I'm from London.
You're from London, me too.
Oh, what part?
Enfield.
Oh, I went
Shopping in a different country every day.
just around Europe.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, neat.
yeah.
Well, good luck with that.
Oh, thanks.
Nice to meet you.
I couldn't find a good spot anywhere.
No.
There is no central location. We're gonna call it today. It's it's been a very quiet one, so
But it's been a nice one.
one of those days.
Yeah.
So thanks a lot for joining us on this one.
Take care now. Bye-bye
Take it
then.
easy. I guess Belgrade. This is the main drag, so we're getting lots and lots of people walking through. So yeah, now we've restarted. Let's see how we do. Who I introduced you to before, and there's going to show you Vasco. Say hello, Vasco.
Yeah.
Say hello.
Hello.
To everyone.
Hello.
So you combine this idea with the Big Bang Theory and the theory of evolution, and it reduces you to a blob of goo.
If you look at the sun here, if you go close, it will burn you. But if you see it, it's more bigger than
20 now. So yes, we go looked at our flyer and was very excited by it. And she
That's
said,
fine. You know, you do your best.
Can I make for you one question?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
I'm from England.
From England.
Yeah.
From England. I spoke with. It's really hot, I tell you. For the end of October, it is bloody hot.
Si habla español, ya puedo hablar con él.
I don't. No, no hablo español.
Right.
But no photo.
No.
Dave. I'm Dave.
The police told us to shut down straight away. They were really heavy.
Starsky and Hutch almost.
Yeah.
What happened was they said, we started packing up. The cop basically, after we packed everything away, he said, "Stop." Close sun, throwing out full lights at 4 o'clock. Now, how do you don't know that? Did you know that before it's not? So it's average. The average is the equator. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that. Oh, it's.
Until all three, the earth is not spinning. No.
Yes, they're live finally. Okay.
Hi, everybody. I'm researcher on flat earth and free energy.
Identical twin brother. When you can't find any records of an identical twin brother, just going to say goodbye. So say goodbye, Mike.
Say goodbye.
Drivers, yay!
Yeah.
I didn't realise it would be this cold again.
I'm good. Yeah, perfect. Just started.
We can now do live stream.
Another
one? Right.
Hello, YouTube. Hello, YouTube. The Earth is flat. Oh, Dave has done a monumental effort here on his final day on tour.
They want to try and kill me. That's what it is.
That's the one.
Live on Jason's.
This agency is stealing money from you. Your government is lying to you about who you are.
No. I'm just not going to say you can't conflate gas behaviour and liquid behaviour like that. Yeah, you can't because the gas is.
You come across this? Oh, yeah.
Legend. What's your name, mate?
Dan.
Dan, Adam.
Dan. Where are you from, Dan?
I'm from Salt Lake City, Utah.
Okay, well, Salt Lake Flats.
Huh? Did he tell us which law was broken? No. But if they can't tell us that. He says that we need an authorization.
They are making you fight. They are sending out paramilitary police to chase you away from telling the truth. You can only do what you can do.
Yeah, well, you know, nothing like a good bit of Roman hospitality.
I don't know. I keep on checking. I can't think. I'm afraid they were going to arrest me too. I just said I'm introduced.
Adam Meekin! Yeah!
Come on!
Earth is flat and my friend is
And
free.
you can't stop us telling you.
Yeah!
Sorry for the trouble, guys. Nobody tell the wife, or I'll be in right trouble.
Questo è impossibile su questa grandezza di un globo. È impossibile. Non è che uno vedresti questo isola a 30 km perché sarebbe
That's their physics. Contradicts their model. That's one of my favourites. Being a chemist.
They never did that on the moon, and they've never done that on the ISS. And that's because they're doing it in the studio. They're unable to shoot off against each other. There's maybe a dome, maybe it's all enclosed, because thermodynamics says that if you want to have a pressure and a low pressure and a high pressure, you have to have a barrier separating them, otherwise it's equalized, like a deodorant can. We're going to say goodbye because we're going to the airport now. Hey, there's Andrea. Is Jack here?
No.
Okay, Jack's obviously battering the town. Yes.
I saw, I know the constellations of
Yes.
stars.
Yes. And I was watching the Orion. No, he's heard all of this stuff before. And of course, people are just to, this is what I find sometimes, I'm talking in the street to people and giving them information, and then they're already wrapping up the next.
Do believe having to go from one area in my front room to another area. So I can't do it quick enough. It's not like within reach. I've fully got to get up and walk across the room. So yeah, I've got another 10-minute section to play at the end. Like literally exactly 10 minutes. But again, that was just another awesome segment, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really is. Some amazing memories there. Well, especially for Jack and Lisa, there's a lot that they've seen. I don't think we got to our bit when we did. We get to our bit when we surprise visited these guys. No.
That was coming in the evening of that last
That
clip.
was just coming on that
Just
last
coming
bit.
in that evening.
Yeah. Okay.
Which was an amazing moment.
Yeah.
When Stefan was there, Tri-D, and his girlfriend, Tiny Twinkle.
But we'll get to that.
We'll get to that. But that was a very special moment. Roxanne, you were there. You were privy to it, and we were all there, the three of us.
It truly was, guys. I really want to give a shout out to the chat room again. Adam Meekins actually in the chat room. He was watching that. He was going back and forth with everyone in the chat room. The Meeksters in the chat room, guys. And also Dave Murphy is in the chat room as well. And they're going back and forth. I really want to shout out to Nathan Thompson, who's also in the chat room as well. He's another person that we featured on the camper van. Also, it keeps scrolling back to the bottom as well. Dave Marsh is in the chat room as well. He's another content maker that we've got featured on the camper van as well. Shout out to Flat Earth Vegans in the chat room. Plain Old Dave as well. Shout out the awesome John Thor, also another content maker that's featured on the camper van. Amazing content from him on his channel in the chat room as well. And there's a few other people there, but it's scrolled down to the bottom again. Good fun. Ted Sommer, Quantum Eraser is in the chat room as well. Tri-D is in the chat room as well. And yeah, I'll come back to the chat room, but they were loving that. They were loving the clips as they were going through flashbacks, all the memories. So many memories have been made, right, guys?
You know, the funny thing, Roxanne, is that even though I wasn't there in person, but for me, it's also a flashback because I remember watching these bits from the comfort of my own room. You know what I mean? So when I look back and see the bits and bobs that you just shown there, it's still inspirational. I'm watching it going, oh, I want to be on that tour, and then I'm realizing where I'm sat. It's really bizarre. You know,
Can I ask you a question?
It does make you. Go
on. All of you as well. Sven, if you could start off answering this question as it niggles away at me. There'll be a certain someone watching, maybe now, maybe on a replay, and they'll know who they are. It niggles away at me, and I want the chat room to answer this as well. Sven Gardy, do you think your time spent on this tour and the tour itself is an efficient use of our time?
Because we've heard this quite a few times.
Oh, I've never heard it. Right. So, do I think it's an efficient use of my time?
Yeah.
Well, my answer to that robustly would be, what's time for, if not for this?
I love that. I love that. I love that. I'll second that. I will. I'll second that. It beats doing other pastimes. I'll tell you that much. Jason, can you answer that as well? Go on, Sven. Sorry.
Oh, and sorry. I mean, you know, being uber dramatic there, but I mean, at the end of the day, I have time to spare at the moment in my life, and at this juncture of my life, this is, for me personally, feels like the right thing to do. I can't even explain it. We were talking about it earlier. You know, we call it a calling, or we call it this, that, and the other. But at the end of the day, you sit there, you wake up or whatever, or you eat, or you do whatever you're doing, and you think to yourself, well, I'm not even really questioning what I'm doing. I'm not thinking negatively about it. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not, it's not up for question, is the point I'm making, really.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not, it's just the way it is. That's it. And I'm glad. And I'm sure these guys will concur, you know.
Yeah. John Thor just said, we do what we want with our time. No man tells us any different. Well done. Well said.
Exactly.
Sorry, go on, my darling. Everyone's agreeing with what you're saying there. Jason, do you think it's an efficient use of your time?
Yes. I have to kind of think, what can I do? How can I make a positive effect in what it is that we're trying to achieve? And like for myself, this is the best thing that I can do with the tools provided. I think if I'm at home behind my keyboard, yes, I could probably put a few videos together and do some editing. That could be an efficient use of my time, me personally. But this tour, bringing people together, I don't think I can do anything more. I think that's the most I can offer with my ability. And I've managed to I've come up with this. It's an amazing idea. I've come up with that. That's one part of it all. I've dreamt this idea. Remember, because you know better, I didn't have a job, didn't have any money to put this together. I just had a bit of an idea, a dream, if you let me, and to just to be passionate about something, you know, like it's the most that I could offer.
Yeah.
You guys, you know, I just facilitated something, and you guys made it all happen.
But you facilitated amazingly, and the fact of the matter is, you know, I mean, I've heard all sorts. Even before I came on the tour, I was well aware of what was going on within I'll call it the community with a small c, because I don't want to go down a road of clubbism and all that sort of stuff, right? But what I will say is that amongst people who I've been in touch with, and I've been in touch with quite a few before I joined it all, I was hearing words of wisdom here, there, and everywhere, you know. And at the end of the day, it matters not, because if you've not been part of it, you don't bloody know. It's as simple as that. It's like an old friend of mine used to say, you can't pretend you know what a woman's going through when she's pregnant if you're not a bloody woman. Right? Simple as that. It's so basic. I can see too far. Right? Do you know what I mean? And it's like, it's that, you know, sometimes you have to boil it down to simplistics. Not always, but sometimes you do, to get the point across and make it snappy and just realize what you're actually doing. And, you know, and I don't want to overcomplicate stuff. You know, Jason has done himself proud because he's been very humble about it as well, which I think is great. But at the end of the day, you know, he started something good with other people as well, you know, and the unsung heroes like Harry, who's not here to talk. I've never met Harry. I'm talking about a guy I've never even met, for example, you know, and a few other people as well. So, yeah.
Love it.
That's it. Guy, you know, Jason deserves a bloody, not a medal, because that's establishment. Something else, maybe you know, but you know what I mean? It's everybody. The way it is. And if you want a spokesman to raise funds to get bloody people recognised, I'm your man, because it needs to be recognised. It needs to be recognised, big style, really does.
Oh, I love that. Love that. Nice one for that, Sven. Nice one for that. I think that kind of concludes that question, because I really do think this is an efficient use of time. I think with what's been achieved in this tour, the amount of mileage that's been done, the amount of interactions that have happened, the amount of leaflets that have been handed out, the amount of people that have seen the banners on the streets, taking videos, had interactions, the eyes on the camper vans, the QR codes at the back of the camper van, like the cards that have been handed out. It's endless.
Yeah. Absolutely, Roxanne. Absolutely.
Utterly endless. Jason, do you want to chime in with anything?
Yeah, no, I just literally sent Jack, because you're on about use of time. I was just curious on, we started off with, I think it was like 57,500 miles, give or take 100. You know,
73.
Sorry?
73.
So we're on 73,000 miles, and then for you guys to work it out from how far, we've got 1,000 miles to go.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So we started on 57.
Yeah.
Add 10 is 67. That's 10,000 miles. And then add another 7. So you're talking 17 and a half, roughly 1,000 miles now. Plus we've got our grand to go, roughly. So we're talking about 18 grand when we get to Leicester Square. On Saturday we get to London, but on Sunday is the meetup at 1 o'clock. But so we'll have passed the 18,000 mile mark.
There you go. So it's clearly over 15. Clearly.
I said it was going to be 15, 16, didn't I? So.
Well over. Because, of course, the Earth spins. Drive a bit further.
I'm going to chime in with a voice note from just off the west coast of Africa that's just been sent to me just now. 007's just finished his gig. He's driving home just now, so he's not able to chime in the chat room, but he just sent me this that I'll play you guys right now.
00, brother.
Massive shout out to Sven and Lisa and Jack and Jason. Guys, what you've been doing has been absolutely, like, you can't put a value on it, man. I think personally it is a good it's a good thing that we're going around and we're spreading the truth. So long as the people are behind it. If everyone's behind it.
Oh, okay. On that note, hold on.
Fucking hell. I said massive shout out to Sven and Lisa and Jack and Jason.
It's doing it again.
Guys,
sorry.
What you've been doing
Do you know what?
has been absolutely, like, you can't put a value on it, man.
I'm going to get to you, Adam. Don't worry.
It is a good it's a good thing that we're going around and we're spreading the truth. So long as the people are behind it. If everyone's behind it, this is a definite must, man. But obviously it's not something that it's not a small undertaking, so it takes the support of hundreds of people. And the people have got you through to the end now this time. Last year, I remember the UK tour went really well. This year's been awesome. You guys have been great, and the support has been fantastic. So,
well done. Thank you for that, Double. And yeah, if you want to say anything, guys, I'm just looking at something else as well. Go for it.
Amen. He's hit the nail on the head there, and I'd like to shake his hand as well because he's one of the many people who you keep an eye on, and it gives you the inspiration to go through with this sort of make this decision to even do this. By the way, it ain't an easy thing to do until you're here. You don't realise that. When someone talks to you and says you fancy joining the van, it's easy to say yes, but actually it's quite daunting in the beginning because you don't really know what to expect. You've got a lot of stuff to do during the day, right? Without me now, but but I love people who say stuff like that, like 00. I've got big respect for him. He was one of the guys who did one of the donation videos, I remember, a few weeks ago, along with Amanda and myself and James and a couple of others. That's the sort of stuff we need to hear. People need to hear that. It's encouragement. It's inspirational.
Thank you, Double. Thank you so much, Double. When we get to do the next tour, there will be another tour. I'm not doing it, not unless you're coming along. So
I love it.
We'll fit a slot in for you. You've got to have a week's holiday. You're definitely coming with us. We'll get you on the next tour.
Shout out to Dave Marsh, John Thor as well. Go on, Sven, darling.
Sorry, I was just going to say we'll make sure that Spain is one of our mainstays. That we might spend 3 or 4 days in a nice place, you know, rather than dot around too much. Just sort of maybe concentrate a bit more. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows?
Thank you to Dr. LA. He's got to run. His battery is dying, but he's made a contribution towards fuel as well, Jason. He's donated Dr. LA 0206, but he's got to scoot now because his battery is dying. Howard is also in the chat room as well. Shout out to Howard. And that's what I was going to say as well. Yeah, go on.
No, just hi, Howard. Sorry you can't be with us tomorrow. Oh, sorry, Sunday. I would definitely. So looking forward to like
Yeah,
try and
man.
make it, and but all's good. I hope you can join us in the chat. Obviously, we'll have an update for Leicester Square. It'll probably be on the next night, I would imagine, because yes. So you definitely got to be in there for that chat, and we'll try and get you in on the live stream as well. You know, if you can.
Perfect.
Yeah, I love you, man.
Perfect.
Yeah, Howard, good man, mate. We're gonna definitely talk again soon. Definitely.
Oh, we're gonna see
We
each
got
other.
plenty of stuff that we want to do here. You know,
Yeah,
this is the
big
thing
time.
about it's created so much potential, so much. It's unfathomable. Try saying that after.
I'm hoping that that is conveying across to everybody that's watching, because it is to me. I don't think people understand the ripple effects that are going to happen off of this that's happened over the last few months. You know, the truth is a force of nature, and once it starts, nothing can stop what's coming. So, you know, the streets have understood the message that's gone out there. I think we've clearly seen that with the content that's gone out over the last few months, that the message has truly been conveyed out onto the streets without too much hardship.
Yeah, and if I like to add, sorry, I've got to just while it's on my mind. We all have to understand that, you know, when you're talking to people on the street, you get a proper true gauge of what's going on. Behind the camera, you don't, but when you're there, you do. In the flesh, 1 meter away from someone. I've got metric there. Have you see what I did there? And that is so important because it's the vibe, it's the smell, not the taste, but you know what I'm trying to say. It's like you're in each other's faces, you're actually interacting, and you know, if I was to come up with let's say a summary of it all, I can't believe that it's not that difficult. I can't believe it. Really, truthfully, it's like there's so many people willing to talk about it. Some are a bit awkward around it because they just don't know how to approach the topic. But actually, if you give a helping hand and you approach them in a correct manner, there are ways to do it. And it's, you know, the feedback has been amazing. It really has.
Brilliant. The silent majority are out there. The silent majority are out there.
Yeah. There are, you know, there's so many people on the fence. So many people who are just waiting for that explanation. Why are things all pear-shaped? Excuse the pun. Why are things so bad? You know, why are things so everybody knows there's something not right. Everybody knows it's screwed. Everybody being led down the garden path. Yeah. You know, but nobody can put their finger on it. And when we come along, it's like, oh, that could be the avenue. And some of them start thinking, real thinking, you know. It's good.
Yeah. Good stuff. Can you guys bring me up to date with where exactly you are now and how far you've got to go to Calais and what kind of help you need to get home? Just for everyone that's tuned in. We've got people watching now that weren't watching when you explained this before.
Okay, we've just got past.
Give us a quick reminder, Jace. Give us a quick reminder.
Well, we left Stockholm earlier on. I think we left about 12 o'clock, I would imagine, somewhere around then. And I don't know how Jack managed it, but he seemed to have. He must have driven about 140 miles an hour or something, because how we got to Copenhagen in this time, I just don't know. But we're here. We passed Copenhagen, you know, like by a long shot.
Brilliant.
Our next sort of like stop, we're going to try and do. Well, we've basically got all day tomorrow to get to halfway. Not all the way, but we've got all day tomorrow to get halfway. But Jack wants to do it all in one go, but we'll see. But we've got we don't have to be on the ferry until 6 o'clock. Was it 6 o'clock?
Saturday.
Yeah. 6 o'clock Saturday. So we've got plenty of time. We're doing really well for mileage wise. So we're making good headway. How much that's going to cost? Wow, I mean, we've still got. I mean, still about 950 odd miles, isn't it? I think
I would say that is about the amount that we
roughly get about £100 to about approximately 300 miles. Although, oh bloody hell! I'm sorry, excuse me. I mean, Sweden.
All these Scandinavian
That is so expensive on fuel. I thought England was expensive, but
Sweden really took the biscuit, didn't it?
That's ridiculous. That is.
Are you serious?
So for three quarters of a tank, that's over.
We are you, man. Sorry, shout out Dave Marsh. Sorry. Go on.
Just think about that. £100 sterling for 57 litres. How many litres are in a gallon? One of the Americans will help us out on this, or the Brits. I'm not a Brit, but I'm trying to think, is it 7 litres a gallon?
Okay. No sé. No sé. I don't know. No idea.
£100 was 57 litres.
Yeah, it was.
Huh? Are you for real?
Sweden was really expensive for
Oh
fuel, so I hope
gosh.
now we're in Denmark now. I mean, maybe the price will just drop a little bit. So as we get closer to England, it'd be better. But see, we're used to English. Fuel prices. But I mean, we've only just recently heard of what they're paying over in the States. My God, it
makes you melt, doesn't it?
It does. It's just like,
why aren't I living there?
What about Slovenia? Is it expensive in Slovenia?
Yeah, it's not cheap, but it's not expensive.
Right, so it's nothing like here.
So no, it's not like here. No, it's 1.2.
Right, okay. So it's kind of the same, so it's roughly. But So I would, as I said, roughly we do about 300 miles per full tank. Roughly. So we've got to fill up. We've got to fill up a good 3 times
at least.
If not 4, maybe 3.5 times.
I personally, just the way I am, I would say at least 4 times, and I would say
so that's £400
at least. And then you've got the unexpected costs that pop up, tolls. Then you've got food because we do have to eat.
Ferries £100.
Ferries another £100. Then we've got to get #get Jack back, right?
Yeah. So it's
#get Jack back.
We still need. I made an estimation and I put it on Discord. I said upwards of 100.
Yeah, just to get you back to Amsterdam.
That was just a rough estimation off the top of my head, and actually, when I think about it more, it's probably a little bit more than that. So I would say £1,000 probably.
And yeah, it's
we've got a long distance to go, man. This is the thing, and Scandinavia, although it's not very, it's a big old place. It's a big place, and it's expensive.
You feel a little bit like me even thinking about asking for money.
Well, I hate asking for it, but we've got to get a thick skin around this and just talk about it, because otherwise, if we don't, nothing gets done.
Well, on that note, then, what would you say? I mean, for you, how many miles is it for you from Amsterdam to Slovenia?
Miles, around 2,000.
Jeez, and it took you a few days to get there, didn't it?
Yeah, 4 days.
4 days it did.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but you were pushing the.
Yeah, I didn't push it, so I can make it in 3 days.
Right. Okay. So there you go, guys. So guys got another 2,000 miles to do. It's okay. He's not driving a bus. No, you're not taking the camper. You stick with your own car. But once we get him, off the plane, he's got to get in his own car, and we need to try and get him enough petrol to get home.
Yeah.
2,000 miles worth of petrol.
We need a few quid. We just need a bit more. And I know you. I mean, bloody hell! Without you lot, we wouldn't even be here anyway.
Yeah,
let's have it right. No, I mean,
let's wrap this tour up. Let's finish it all properly.
And finish it properly, maybe even with a coffee to spare, for God's sake. But at the moment, we haven't got either. So we need to sort of really concentrate a little bit, focus, and PayPal, please, only. No other ways of doing it, like Jason emphasized earlier, because, you know, I'll be playing Santa and sitting in some grotto with a white beard before that money comes in. You know what I mean? We need it right now.
Yeah. So on that note, that's the money thing talked. We've done and dusted. Please donate. That's all we need to say on that now. Okay.
Only via PayPal.
Done.
Please don't put any in the snooper chat. Just via PayPal. I'm just burning it into everyone's head. No GoFundMe. No super chat. Just PayPal, please.
Please.
And if, in case you haven't seen it, at the bottom of the screen there, it says to join us in Leicester Square, London, on the 8th of December at 1 p.m. GMT for the Globe Live finish line. We're going to be there from 1 p.m. in Leicester Square, and then we're going to move on to a venue called, it's quite interesting, if you would just let me indulge everybody on this, because this venue I thought was incredibly apt. Be it that we have champagne taste and lemonade money, we wanted to have the best of the best, but not compromise on quality, but not have to overpay. Be it that, you know, the last year's one, we ended up renting out a school, which was quite pricey. So this year, Jason was like, well, let's do a venue where we don't have to pay. So with that being said, we're going to a place called the Moon Underwater. I should have done a little sound effect like, the moon underwater, like there's a punchline somewhere with that. But strangely enough, this is a central London Wetherspoons, and we know that they're very cheap. But do you know what it's named after? Can I tell you what it's named after? Are you interested to know what it's named after?
Please.
Okay, it's named after George Orwell's fictionalized ideal public house. George Orwell, 1984. I'm not sure if we're still there. Back to the Future, past proves future. What's going on?
Oh my.
No, I think it's a pretty cool name for a pub. The fact that it's named after that, I think it's incredibly apt. No?
Yeah.
Good stuff. So please join us at 1 p.m. if you're able to. If you're not able to, and you're, you know, doing your day job that most of us have to do and try to get out of doing as much as possible, but we end up having to do it, and you're able to join us later on, the Moon Underwater is open until 11 p.m. and we're going to stay there for as long as possible. Am I right, Jason? Am I rang? Mate.
And I'd like to emphasize that it's not please be in Leicester or be square, it's be at Leicester Square, right? Let's get that clear. Right? Very important.
And also, can we talk about the encore?
Go for it.
Like
and the final activism is going to be in Glastonbury.
Encore. Where? When?
I've already contacted Glastonbury High Street on the 10th, on the Tuesday, which is a market day. So that will mean there'll be lots of people around.
And it'll be outside of it's like a memorial or something though. Is it the big?
It's outside St John's Church.
St John's.
St John's Church.
Glastonbury's pretty small, so you can't really miss it. If you turn up there, you'll find us.
Nice.
There you go.
Perfect.
So, are you noticing a pattern here? We have the end of the tour, but we don't.
Yeah.
I'm clicking on here. Hello.
Yeah.
Think.
I was thinking what people should do is start local tours, like in their county.
Maybe that's exactly what's happening right now.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Jace, what do you reckon?
I like that.
Brilliant.
I
Excellent.
do. I like that a lot. Shout out to the chat room as well. Just for Landvest, I'll say this to you all on the camper van. I love all that. It's great. I love to see you all at Leicester Square and everything. The end of the Globe Live tour, over 15,000 miles and all that. Loads of conversations. Everyone involved. Never mind all that. How do you all know each other? Come on, how did you all meet? I want to know. Indulge us. How did you all meet? How did you all meet?
Wait, I'll tell you how we know. Yeah, it was.
How'd you meet Lisa? How'd you meet Lisa, everyone?
I would have just swallowed the blue pill, and Dave Murphy, it's all his fault. Yeah, that's how we know each other. Because you said Dave Murphy as well, didn't you?
Dave Murphy reasons. However, I've got to say, with me, my personal little legend, not little, that's condescending. My personal legend is Robin Campbell. And the reason why I'm saying that is because without Robin, I wouldn't even be involved in all this.
There you go. Shout out lifting the lid.
Yeah, lifting the lid is important for me personally, because the reason why I'm saying that is because he and I, most people are unaware of this, but I'm sure he doesn't mind me saying this. He and I had telephone conversations a few times before I even got round to the idea of getting to a bloody conference or something. Because to be honest with you, I was a little bit scared. I was a little bit unsure of what was going on, and I had a bit of trepidation around the whole topic. So he kind of
yeah, well done, Robin.
So Robin, for me, mate, you're an important guy. I'm being serious, you know. I'm not blowing smoke of anybody's pipe.
Come on, Jack. Why are you here?
Jack, why are you here? Why are you here?
Yeah, it's Dave. Yeah.
Is it Dave?
Yeah, it's Dave.
Which Dave? Which Dave? Which Dave? It was Dave.
Is it Dave?
Yeah, it's Murph.
St. Lucia, Dave.
Dave Murphy. Shout out Dave Murphy. Dave Murphy.
Suddenly, right now, when we're freezing minus 5,000 degrees Kelvin,
He's in class,
and he's out there.
It's all Dave's
You gotta
fault.
deserve it.
Right, Lisa, come on, whose fault was it?
Lisa, who's your
whose fault?
who's your reason?
What are you asking exactly?
We'll say,
reason why
kicking you off.
I was going to say, yeah, you know when you're freezing, you're cold, and you're out here on the store. Whose fault was it? Don't say me.
I don't know. I don't know where to start.
Pick
really.
one. Come on, pick one. Just hat. Just think hat. Right. The number. Right.
Just influential.
I don't even remember what video I watched the first time.
See, there we go.
But
that's how deep it is.
Mandela effect. That could be a Mandela effect secretly.
Somebody in Glastonbury said to me, "You know what? I think the Earth is flat."
Bum,
and
bum,
I was like, "What?"
See?
And I walked around for 2 days going.
See, that's word of mouth.
Said, you just got to watch the videos and find out for yourself.
So who was the first video?
I don't
remember.
I don't remember.
She can't remember.
But I've got I explained the whole story, which Flat Earth My Journey. So anyway,
Flat Earth My Journey. Check it out.
And when I get back, I'm going to record it
and it will be recorded.
Lovely.
When we talk about, there's some sort of track or two out and about with Lisa and somewhere. Who's got that?
Floating about, is it?
I think so.
Ooh, very interesting.
Have the answer.
I want to shout out to the chat room as well. Sorry, Sven. I'm just going to quickly give a shout out to the chat room as well. Howard's in the chat room. Joe Mama's in the chat room. My broski 007 is in the chat room. Shout out for the voice note that you sent, darling. I played that on the live stream a short while ago. Jermaine, shouting out from Finland as well. Jermaine Arminis. Sorry if I've just mullered that name. Shout out to you, my darling. Massive respect from Finland. And the chat room's just gone. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. I'm trying to read it. That's so not fair. There was some other people there. That Jane of Torquay said, Sven, I can't see your eyes because you've got your hat on. Jane. Oh, big shout out to Jane. Hope you're still there, Jane. Look, he's taken his hat off and put it backwards. Now you can see his eyes. That's just for you, Jane. That's just for you. He's taking his hat off, switching that around 180 just for you. Shout out to John Thor, who's still in the chat room as well. And Dave Murphy. See, you don't realise what you've done, Dave. Sven's there because of you. This is all your fault, Dave. Yeah,
I didn't
people are
say that.
walking around going, "Where's Jack? I haven't seen that guy for months. Is he even alive? Like, what's good with that guy?" Thanks, Dave. Guy's gone missing thanks to you. Oh, bless. Shout out to you, my darling. And further up, Day One Morning Star and Jin CBR1 as well. Mark Sargent, he said, we all met at he says we all met at YMCA except Lisa.
I'm not too sure about that, Mark.
Dave Marsh, shout out to you, my darling. Thank you so much. Dave Marsh is going to come down to Leicester Square. And shout out to Marilyn Wisby in the chat room as well. Lovely to see you in the chat room, darling. Well done with everything that's going on with you. And we're really looking forward to seeing you at Speaker's Corner, Leicester Square. And to Adam Meakin, well, that's just another story for another hangout, isn't it? Adam going,
Adam.
And how did you meet me?
And I've got to say something, by the way. I that today.
Huh?
And expecting but it never came, so I'll just pretend that never happened. And the reason why I'm upset is, and the guy to my left will understand this, being an Everton fan.
Oh, yeah, I heard all that. Man got sacked, innit? The manager.
Adam understand my pain because it looks like we're going down.
Peak. It's a bit peak.
What do I disown football and just accept
It's Everton you support, isn't it? It's Everton.
It is, but I'm sort of going off football a little bit as well. Am I using this as an
Is it
excuse to get
really
rid of
your
my-
fault that you supported them in the first place? Let's backtrack this a little bit. Like let's look into why did you support them in the first place? Is it really your fault?
And that's a good point because we spoke about indoctrination. That's exactly why. That's exactly why my dad did, and his dad did, and his dad.
What I
did,
say
and
to
that's
all
how
the
it
Chelsea supporters, to be honest with you, most Chelsea supporters are going, look, let's look into why you support Chelsea. Shout out retracted to all the Chelsea supporters, but we're not going to get into football.
Chelsea. Oh, Chelsea's a lovely girl's name. But, okay. And so, I think one of the Clinton hybrids. Not sure about that, but maybe.
It's another
Certainly
story.
looks like a Windsor. Seen that bloated up chin? Oh God, it's very Windsorish. Anyway, so yeah, it's strange.
Are we live?
Reptilian, maybe. Are we live? Is that the cue for me to shut up? Yes, we're live. Sorry, Roxanne. But never mind all.
Sorry. Shout out to Marilyn. They've all bombed NASA live on the chat. Astronauts never answer a message that I wrote. Will be in my next book. Good on you, Marilyn. She's bombing all the NASA chats. Good job. It's another way you can be active as well. Just steam through those chats and just stand up and be counted. So, yes, well said, Dave. John Smith Globalize how we met. That's right, Dave. Dave Marsh. Shout out to Dave Marsh in the chat room. There's a lot of people following up with that question. It is a good question. Shout out to the guy that was at customs when we were trying to go Frankfurt. How do you all know each other? We were not ready for that one, were we? And do you know what? We've never even really publicly talked about that story. We haven't even publicly done it. Do you know, we've attempted to go for it a few times, and now it's all just come out backwards. But yeah, I felt like I was in American, what is it? Is it American Pie, that movie? I just felt like we were three teenagers that just looked like, what? Not ready for that. How do we know each other? It's a fucking good question. That's really what I wanted to say to him. It's a good question.
Sorry, love. Sorry.
No, go on. There's a slight delay. Go on. I said, I was only just saying, my gut reaction was to say to the guy, that's a fucking good question. How do we all know each other? But then I think it delayed a little bit, so I didn't mean for that to go over you, Sven. Go for it, darling.
No, it's cool. That's exactly what I was going to say, more or less. Yeah. Like, how do you know? What about?
We're just here, innit?
We're like all looking at, and nobody knew. Social media. He's my mum's ex. She's my grand sister. Whatever, you know what I mean? You sort of sat there doing this with your thumbs. You know. Well, what a question. And he was having a laugh. He obviously.
Love it. Freaking love it. And shout out to the chat room as well. They're still going pound for pound in the chat room as well. It's just going like that in front of me as well. If you guys get a chance, go back into the chat room and have a look at it. I wish you had another device to be in the chat room just now. It's a good look. Thank you all so much for being in the chat room and taking the time to be with us here tonight. Massive appreciation to you all. By the looks of my screens, there's about 70 people watching. So thank you, all of you. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up, like and share this as far and wide as possible. Tell a friend to tell a friend that the tour is on its way home and it will be in Leicester Square, London at 1 p.m. GMT. With that being said, I'm thinking we've been going for an hour and 45 minutes. If it's good with you guys, I've got to get up super early in the morning and you guys have still got driving to do over the next day or so. So if there's nothing else anyone wants to say specifically, I think I'll hand it to everyone to wrap up. We'll say everything we need to say, and then we'll play out the last 10 minutes of James.
Sven, you. So, yeah, just want to say that we will do the odd update during the course of driving home, and we will do another update tomorrow night, or maybe, shall we? Maybe
Calais, maybe from Calais.
From Calais,
before we board.
Before we board. Yeah, so we'll try and do the odd little update along the way, and a bigger update as we get just before the ferry crossing.
Maybe we could stream from Calais, and then when we get to London, which is about 3.5, 4 hours later, we could perhaps announce our arrival, because that will be about 9 or 10 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah.
So people will still be compass mentors. That might be an idea.
Okay, sounds good. And I will check all the donations now in a moment, and I'll be thanking you all tomorrow in the update, more than likely. Thank you. We desperately need these donations. Thank you very much for those who are helping out on that front. Thank you.
Awesome.
Lisa.
Awesome. And to everyone in the chat room, good night, Adam. Good night, Gary. Those guys are off ski as well. And shout out to Double O, Tommy, Kieran, Amanda, Ute, Douglas Falk as well, Bertek. Lovely to see you in the chat room. Landvest as well in the chat room. And Jermaine, Joe Mama still there as well. John Thor's still there. Brian Stavely, my darling, lovely to see you too. Doc Michael. I don't want to miss anyone. You've all been great this evening. What an awesome chat room. Zenith as well. Marilyn, you're still there as well. Voyage Horizonte as well. You're still there. Karen B still there in the chat room as well. Dave Marsh too. And just scrolling down. Critical Inception, Jin CBR1, Karen B, Dave Marsh, Kieran, Zenith, everyone's the Mies King, Dave Murphy, everyone's saying good night and sending you well wishes and big hugs and love and respect to you guys on the camper van. Effie Mex is still in the chat room as well. Awesome. Good night all from Dave Marsh as well. And Dagon Morningstar as well, Doc Michael, Vertek, and Voyage Horizonte. So yeah, this has been the Globelite Euro Tour live update from myself, Jason of the Disbury, Jack, Lisa, and Sven Garley from the camper van. And as Jason said, he will try and go live. So make sure you hit the notification bell and subscribe to Jason of the Disbury channel on YouTube. And yeah, we hope to see you get to the UK safely. And let us know where you're at, what you're doing, and how you're getting on. Yeah?
We will keep you updated. And I ain't going to turn this into a cringeworthy exit at all. I'm going to say just simple thank you. Stay tuned. If you want to really stay updated, almost minute by minute, just join a Discord. I'm sure someone's put the link up in the chat that I can't see, unfortunately, tonight, but that's fine. And I'm well aware of the support that we have, both spiritually, emotionally, and of course financially as well. We're well aware of all that. So please keep that going to strengthen our backs and get us through that little last bit, and then it will be fantastic. And then we'll have lots of stories to tell after that. Most definitely.
Yeah.
And we'll look forward to doing it.
Shout out to plain old Dave, Mark Sargent as well. and Tridey also in the chat room, Victor Brown as well, Flat Out Faith too in the chat room as well. Everyone's really come forth to say goodnight. You know, I feel like I've almost listed everyone in the chat room there, and as I'm talking, everyone's going back and forth still in the chat room. There's a load of energy there. So even though you might not be able to see it, guys, I definitely want you to pick up on that because everyone's sending positive vibes to you. Amanda, thank you so much for sharing those links, and Doc Michael as well. Thank you again for sharing those links. And Tridey, thank you so much for sharing the Discord link in the chat room. Please, I implore any of you to go and check out the chat room over there in Discord. It's a troll-free zone. And also, again, thanks to Tridey for sharing the link for PayPal. If you can afford to do so, please help us to get to the finish line and to hashtag Get Jack Home.
Brilliant.
Love
and
that.
how can we end it?
We're going to end it with 10 minutes from James that I'm going to play now. And other than that,
Beautiful.
we shall see you tomorrow.
Good show, boys and girls. Come here. Gizzo, come here. Sorry, Jack, and kissed your girlfriend. Shut up. I'm very sorry.
No, it can't be this. No, it can't be that. And I've got something else.
Hello.
Hello, come here, good luck. Right? Nice to see you.
Where
Every time, bro.
What are you doing here? It's Roxanne! You guys have been. You guys are full of shit. Wow. What a treat. There it is. For all of you. You are here. Yeah. That's exactly where we're going. And it's getting very, very bad. Well, you tell me why. I don't know why. What are they scared of? Why do you? Because we've been lied to, and I haven't died in your fire, by the way. So you can give it a read. You might be quite interested. I've got no evidence.
What? 30 kilometers away.
And then I believe my dad. You've got me now. That's it. Digging in a little bit, but otherwise you just sort of move on. And
that was a good one because they're really open-minded, but they haven't come across this concept before. So
right.
They're interested in it.
Yeah.
Also, it was all new.
Yeah. But the good thing is, he didn't walk past and say, he stood and looked. So that might be just playing hard to get. We've had them all.
Yeah, it kills me.
This is ridiculous.
La luz no hay temperatura medida a nivel del mar y las estrellas no son lo que nos han dicho ni tan lejos tampoco. Con cámara.
That maybe too much money is good on going to the moon or whatever.
So we
that
agree.
would be an issue.
So
yes, but I'm not going to do that because
my other 2 points.
But the scientific research, what's your background?
Oh my
What did
goodness.
you study?
I have
What's your background?
5 senses that can be checked.
Research. I have other things to do.
Which is why I'm asking
Nice
you
meeting you.
I'm asking
I
you
might
to check
buy
with
the
the
second
thermometer.
point, but I'm not buying
You don't
it.
know what the third
Thank
and second point is, but have a lovely day with your scientific background contradicts what we're being told. So are you going to believe your senses that can be confirmed with a thermometer, confirmed with a camera? You have to make the experiment to know.
Yeah, okay, but is that...
There we are, look at that. That's quite level. That looks rather level to me. Let's have a look. Oh, I'll turn it on its side so I can bend it. Oh, no, it's not bending.
Earth is flat.
I think the Earth is flat.
The Earth is definitely flat.
Do you think that's level? And there's Jack, of course. Daniel, say hi to the YouTubers. We've got them all back up now, so...
All right.
Yeah, we're all back. That's it.
1 sea level. Water level, sea level, ocean level. Think about it. How can you have an ocean that is level on a blue marble?
Stars not so far away. They lie, they take our money and they give us poison. We need to look and believe our sense, not what they tell us. Nuestra Scorpio y todavía lleva sus pinzas en su sitio después de haber estado dibujado hace tiempo.
We get the information out. Somebody notify him. Call the SAS, whatever. Just let him know, or someone know. We need to get hold of Jack somehow. He's in the van, but he has no wife.
Buddy.
Take care, man.
Yeah, the pleasure was mine. The baby is yours.
Did you give the driver
a
bye-bye then?
Obrigado. There you go.
There should be abundance. God created this place like an Eden.
It's the first country we came that is forbidden you cannot do flyer away, to the people. You cannot give it to them. It's forbidden.
Yeah, I got that.
All right? All right, folks. It's flat and it's forbidden here.
So, like, say 20 miles, there should be like a 200-foot drop.
Maybe you should try from a plane and you.
Yeah, but do you know there are pilots that say that the Earth is flat?
Whatever it is,
Thank you.
Give a fuck.
Water is always level. Sea level is constant on Earth. There's only one level of sea, and 70% ocean are covering our Earth, our known Earth. Therefore, we say we live on a flat, stationary Earth.
EFG. HI, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
This guy's a legend.
Jack.
A legend.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah, we'll see you soon. We'll see you
You're
soon.
both legends.
Drive safe. Drive safe.
Thank you, Jack.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Papa. Bye.
Oh, man.
It's hard.
Yeah.
We gotta stop it because I'm gonna.
Denmark.
Anna.
Lots of questions in a second.
You cannot ask you right now, but I want to.
That is an official massive image.
Yeah.
But you see properly.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the man, like it was the, and the math was, great. Like, this equation.
Hi guys. So yes, this is Oslo. You believe in this guy?
Yeah, sure.
What?
Globe lie. What we're saying is there is no measurable curvature. Globe lie. So
Are you working for CIA or?
No.
You're working for
We're not working for anybody.
Yes. That's come out and came standard with a globe. And he actually made that. He put it all together. It's just data.
So this is Lisa, I'm Jason, and good night. Oh, we'll try. Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Why do we have a day in Sweden, but we have night in other countries, in other lands?
Because that's where the sun and moon. Hey, well travelled me, aren't I? I'm a wealth of information, man.
Are you?
Sorry.
Oh, she says she'll be there. There you go. That's a big smile on Lisa's face. Well done, Tracy. So Anders, do you believe that you're on a ball? Do you?
You know you're on a ball.
Okay.
But further down you go, the globe.
All right. Okay.
It's it started to rise up. That like for hour or something, and this guy was like, "If I would meet you, I would punch you in the face." I was like, okay,
Why?
That's enough.
We're having a conversation.
Yeah, really.
Why? What is wrong with you?
He was so angry that he was ready.
As well as
Yeah.
you understand.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
you would have to teach them first how to understand it and then explain it.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe that was not. I ask you the same question like I said.
Really? People talk about planets when I'm talking about this. No, but I'm taking a ball and go. Well, okay, then answer me this. Why can't I see things from 30, 40, 50 miles away? I don't know. I can't see things.
Thank you. You know, like.
Take care now. Bye bye then.
There you go. That's a goodbye. They're saying goodbye. That's Sven, Jack, and what's your name? And that's Lisa.
See you all later.
See you guys.